So the truth is that I am struggling right now with, I think, the shift in seasons, the shift in, other areas of life. And I think that especially during this time right now, like going from summer to fall, the big shift being like the change in sunlight and getting ready for the winter. I've been cutting all of this firewood, all of these logs, getting ready for the winter. So my mind is in the stack over there. Got a larger stack over there on both sides of the fence. And I feel like during this time that the biggest thing that I am learning and just like moving through is how to continue showing up and continue embodying resilience and tending to my plants, which is our focus within the blog post that goes with this video, is Kundalini for plants. And what that means is, like, I'm not doing full-on Kundalini activations on my plants, although some days, but it's the only thing that I have found recently that has made me feel really good is, one, being outside with the plants, and two, I want to say when Kundalini activations, going to in-person work and doing activations, they do make me feel good afterwards. I find that I don't want to lie down in my house to do them sometimes, but when I'm outside, and especially when I have them in the garden here, it's just like, yes, and I feel like the plants, there's something about right now, you guys couldn't see me at all at that shot. I feel like right now especially, I don't know, it's like I feel this heaviness, I feel just all the emotions, and I come outside and I'm with my plants and I get some sun and I dig in the dirt a little bit, and then I just feel happier and lighter and freer. And I think that's what it's all about, is finding that thing for yourself, whatever it is. And for me, that thing is being here with my plants and having, let's see if we're gonna not get dizzy here, and having the time and space and just being in that energy of, I'm gonna keep going, and sometimes I'm gonna stop and feel shitty for a little while, and I know that I'm getting a little dizzy sitting on this swing like this, and I know that Saturday was a very heavy day for me, and just feeling all the things, and I got up and I went outside, and it's this video was supposed to get done on Saturday, and it's Monday now, and it's supposed to go up on Monday, so we'll see. I think it'll happen today, but we'll see. And it was a heavy day because I felt all the things, I'm not in a good space to make a video, but I want to go, I want to push through, but I want to alchemize this into content, because I can always create. Creating is not a thing that has to stop because I feel anxiety, because I feel sadness, because I feel any of these normal human emotions. But I do also need to give myself time sometimes to process these emotions and then move forward, which ends up being what has happened here today, is that I took the weekend and now I'm like, okay, I've got like about an hour clear where I can record, I can do this, and most likely even get this up the same day, because blog post is ready, and I have alchemized what I felt into this piece of content, and that struggle that so many of us feel. And I know for me, like, I used to feel like I was not okay. Like, if I struggled, there was something wrong with me. If I needed to go to therapy, there was something wrong with me, when that's just not true at all. It's normal. It's like the reason we have so many issues like within our society is because we treat people like when they struggle, they have issues. Like, no, it's normal to struggle. It's normal to feel. It's normal to have, like, you can't be happy without also having sadness. You can't be like well composed without also having moments of not being composed, of being anxious, of being, feeling heavy emotions. And that's that balance, is that there are both. And sure, we want to be able to function, but there's like this pressure to fix these emotions. Like, no, you need to just fix this. You're anxious, here's medication, don't feel this anxiousness anymore, instead of, I'm going to acknowledge this emotion, be with this emotion, maybe do some journaling, which is what I did over the weekend, and see like what kind of thoughts are coming up, what's going through, let that out, look at it, sit with it, and be kind to myself and say, okay, what do I need right now to move through this, and move through it. And that's what I've learned within my Kundalini work, is that like Kundalini is not just activations or like yoga. Kundalini is the energy that moves, and moving that energy has allowed me to do that, to not just be a victim of emotions like society portrays of them for us. And it's really nice, and it's, I don't know why my face looks like my hair is touching, it's like getting itchy, but it's really nice to have that skill, and it's taken a long time to develop that skill of being able to self-regulate emotions like that, and take time. And it's hard because, again, we're told that, like, oh, you feel that, that's not okay, you need to fix that, don't feel anxious, don't feel depressed, when it's like, no, I mean, there's a time when you do need to like have help with things, of course, and like I have resources available as well. Like, I have my coach, my mentor, who I've worked with for a long time, and that has helped me work through this, and that is also available. But it's, I guess the shift here is, I want to become a person who can regulate my emotions, and a person who can be more self-aware, who can live with and love who I am and be who I am, versus I don't want to feel this way, fix it kind of mentality going into say like a therapist's office or a doctor's office or like anything, because that, like, I don't want this fix it mentality. That only brings us more problems. Because if we don't address the underlying issue, and even I had a therapist when I was a teenager. I worked with her for 2 years, and she had given me some medication, some antidepressants, and she said, and it really stuck with me, because she said if I didn't want to take, I was like, I don't want to do this, because I had this like stigma in my head around medication, and I was like, I don't want to do this because I don't want to have medication. And she said, you know, the medication lifts the symptoms so that we can work on the underlying issue. And then once you work on that issue, you potentially won't need that medication anymore. Now, each case is different. There's different mental health, different issues. Sometimes it's necessary, you know, for your whole life, or however, I'm not a doctor. This isn't medical advice. But the idea here and the concept, the understanding is that when we develop the skills to be self-aware and to self-regulate, and we address the underlying issue, we can do so much, and we can help ourselves, and we can be happier, and we can be healthier, and it can be healthy to feel heavy emotions like sadness and anxiety and anger and frustration and all of these things. It is healthy to feel these things. How they're expressed is sometimes unhealthy, but we can feel them, and that's healthy, and we can find healthy ways to express them. And that's finally where I've gotten, because of all of my work with Kundalini energy and with the plants. The plants have helped me, and it's something about, like, here's the thing, it's not like, oh, have plants, like that's gonna fix all your problems. Maybe for people like me. No, it's, the thing is that the plants, like the garden, has been my thing that I found that is the thing that I can do and lose track of time doing. I could just lose myself in gardening. And that's the thing that I think helps people, is finding that thing that you love so much that when you do, it seems effortless and you lose track of time while doing it. And it took me a long time to find that, and I tried with language learning, that was the thing, I tried all of these things, I tried this, I tried that, I tried, you know, and when I finally just, I didn't stop trying, but I surrendered to feeling, and I guess being okay with not trying and not finding. But in that process, that's how I found myself, and like the version of myself, and what I actually like doing, and who I actually am. And it's not like, oh man, I did this and then I found this thing. It's like, no, that's how I found, I guess, the process. It's a better way of describing that, because we're always finding ourselves. There's always another layer. But that has been working with Kundalini energy. And I think that's why, too, I'm feeling the call to take a more holistic approach toward Kundalini, even. Because there's activations and there's yoga, those exist already. But I feel like it's not mine. And it's not that I need to possess something, like I don't need to own something, but I need it to be a unique expression for me. And so I'm opening myself up to finding my own style and process within that, and not knowing what that is right now. And this came through, this message came through today, and in the blog from the plants. And this is my message of how the Kundalini energy within myself and the energy within the plants and my focus and determination and motivation has all worked together to bring me here to this point today, and to make this video and to channel the blog post that came through with the Kundalini for plants and poem, and share this message with you guys today as I continue to develop my own process and style and work with Kundalini energy and nature. And that's where we are today. So I hope this was helpful for you guys, especially if any of you are struggling right now, or if you ever felt any of these things that I've felt. And just know that you're not alone in feeling these things, and that these things are normal to feel, and it's how you approach them, how you respond to them, that is who you are, not the emotions. The emotions don't determine who you are. It's who you are in response to them, how you get help when you need to, how you are to yourself, and that is what defines you. That is who you are. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the blog post and back here for the next video. Bye guys.